and give you some healthy tips and tricks. I've got my script here in front of me just to keep me on point with my bullet points that I want to hit on. So bear with me because I don't want to ramble. I want to stay on point because our time is valuable and I really respect your time. So this morning, I want to jump in on why strong people burn out first and how to break that pattern, because there's three things that I've often heard Tony Robbins talk about, and that's: you want to have success in life, you got to learn to recognize patterns, use patterns, and create patterns. So if you've noticed that you're a strong person or you have strong people around you, that they're the ones that get leaned on the most, are usually the first to burn out. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And it is so important to take care of your own health. So if you're one of those who holds everything together, doesn't ask for much, but just keep going and hammering through, you're probably exhausted in ways people around you can't see and may not even understand, because that was me. I get it. I gave and gave and gave, and I very rarely asked for help. And I still struggle to this day to ask for help, but I do reach out to ask for help so that I can reserve my energy, streamline my energy. And it's important to know what it is that I need so that I can also function. Because when I show up my best, then the people around me get supported even better. So burnout doesn't hit the unmotivated, it hits the over responsible. It hits the people who care more. It hits the people who are giving too much. It's rare that you have a place to do an exhale. Like you feel like you're all doing it all by yourself. And I was that way. I used to believe my strength came from pushing harder and doing more. And I actually became addicted to that to avoid what was happening in my own life at times. So the harder you do and the more you do, the more you're on track to burnout. But real strength, and it took me, I was almost in my mid 40s to realize this, that that strength is not real, it doesn't last, and that the real strength comes from slowing down. It comes from slowing down long enough to calm your nervous system and hear and listen to your body, because I ignored that for years, clearly. And some things that you can do to help, if you're resonating with this, is to start doing what I call micro momentum shifts. So here's a few shifts that help just about anyone, and these are ones that work for me. Is permission not to be on all the time. You have to take a moment and take a breather. And I learned, especially in a high stress, high demand environment, I would take extra time in the bathroom, literally away from people. And just when I was done my business in there, I would just either stand up or even sit on the toilet and just breathe. And if you breathe in for a count of four, hold it at the top, like hold your breath at the top of that breath for four, and then breathe out for a count of six or even eight, and pause at the bottom before you do it again. At least 3 to 5 times, you'll feel your nervous system start to reset. If you're in high stress, chaos environment, do it more if you need to. But doing that throughout your day is massive. And I recently had a situation this weekend where we had some pipe and water issues. So you go into that chaotic state, the adrenaline kicks in. My husband was literally drowning on a ladder and managed to get the pipes back together. But my daughter and I were kicking into, like, what do we have to do to contain this water? And when it was all done, I could feel the nervousness in my body. So I was breathing constantly as I moved throughout the rest of the day. As we were doing cleanup, I slowed my body down for cleanup. I wasn't rushing to clean up. I was slowing my body down. I was breathing. I was actually processing next steps because the water stopped flowing. So the adrenaline and the chaos was subsiding, but I needed to maintain my energy to clean up. And literally, my husband and I crashed after that. We crashed. Our nervous systems came back down. When the adrenaline stopped running, we crashed. I allowed myself to crash. It's okay to crash after a moment like that, but it's giving yourself permission to do so without judgment, especially judgment from yourself. The second is take tiny actions that works even when you have low energy days. So things like breath work, and maybe it's meditation, maybe it's just sitting in gratitude and journaling, but it's allowing tiny steps, even things that you can do when you have low energy day. And letting people in, even if you let them in a little tiny bit, find your person, let them know, say, you know what, I'm on the verge of burning out and I need a person, whether it be your spouse, maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's a counselor, maybe it's somebody you're not even affiliated with, to start the process that you can tap into and just have them support your little movements. Strong people burn out. It's not because they are doing too much, it's because they're carrying so much. So letting people in, even a little bit, to talk about how you are where you are, but also giving and doing strategies together to help rebuild. You don't want to be talking with people that are going to keep you suppressed and validate how you feel. You need to move forward. So reflection is also huge. You need a massive overhaul when you get to this point and you need a safe place to land. And someone who gets it, that's been there, that's tired, it's literally in your bones and you feel it, I get it. So if this is you and any of this resonates with you and you feel something whispering, I want you to know that if you're looking for more and you want more support, I've created some safe spaces that if you don't want to rely on the people in your current life to start, you can come start in my safe little pods, so to speak. I've created an Ignite Your Personal Power online program that's soon to launch. It's not ready yet, but it will be soon. I have a wait list if you want in. But I've also created a group coaching membership where we come together in a community and you get to tap in and learn deeper actions, deeper steps in micro momentum in a safe space where you can come in and share judgment free and just be a place where you can exhale. If this feels right and you want to explore more and come into the Annihilation Edge community, you can join the community without the group coaching mentorship, but you can come into the group coaching membership and be able to do a deeper dive, or just come into the community and get subtle, safe space where you can feel seen, heard, and get those little tips and tricks to be able to help start supporting you. And then later, if you want to join group coaching membership or even Ignite Your Personal Power, you can. But all of these spaces and all of these places are meant for you to have a soft landing, meant for you to come exhale, meant for you to come share whatever you need to share, judgment free. So if you're ready for that, the details on all of it are going to be in the description, in the links below. Don't hesitate. If you want more information, jump in, DM me. I don't mind. Anyhow, my friends, enough from me. Take care. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk again soon.